Welcome back to the neighborhood, boys and girls. Our next guest is Gianna Furia. Welcome to the neighborhood, Gianna.
Hi.
And you are with
Opus
Elite. Little announcement we got going on here. You know what I mean? Officially Opus. Okay.
Yes.
So we always talk about a lot of stuff that's more personal than the regular real estate show. So most people don't come right out of high school and get into real estate. So talk a little bit about your career path and what led you into the real estate industry in as much detail as you want to get into.
Okay.
However you want to get there.
So right out of high school, I didn't think I was going to end up as a realtor. I was a little bit on the rough edge, on the rough side. So I had a colorful past. I have 4 years sober now.
Yep.
So I went through the ringer with that, with drugs, alcohol, the whole nine with that. And I am blessed and thank God that I can be here sitting next to you today.
Sure.
And so when I finally got sober, I wound up doing cold calling for solar companies, and I really found out I was really good at sales, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
So from there, I was like, well, I don't really like doing this part of it, but I do like sales. I do like working with people, and that's when I decided to go into real estate and got my license from there, and it's just taken off, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But I'm able to put the values that I've learned in recovery into real estate.
Yeah.
Being able to help people, rather than old self. Hurting everybody.
It's funny because I've been around a lot of different people in recovery in the business world for years and years and years, and there's just something about addicts that you're a bullshitter, you know what I mean? You have to bullshit to survive for your whole life. So when you clean up and you add some principles to it, you can then bullshit for a living, but do it in a spiritual way where you're not lying, cheating, and stealing. You're actually helping people, but you're not afraid to talk or make jokes or be personable or share and help people. You know what I mean? So it goes from being a huge detriment to a huge benefit and a huge positive. And I've found that people in recovery tend to be the best employees when it comes to that stuff.
Well, I take that whole honesty thing from recovery, and that's the main premise for my business today. I pride myself on being honest. I don't hide it from my clients that I'm in recovery. I don't come off the bat and hey, I'm sober, there I am. Yeah. But I let them know hey, this is where I was. A lot of it plays into things. I've done a lot in my life. I have a lot that I've done in a very short period of time, and I can connect to people on different levels.
Right.
And I'm just super honest, and people love that.
Yeah.
They're to a fault sometimes, but people are thank you for telling us this way. No one has. So that always helps too, because that's a huge piece of it.
Okay. And how did you actually fall into the real estate business? Did you know somebody that was doing it? Did you watch a show? How did it go from solar to real estate?
So right before I went on probably the worst run of my life in the drug, when I was in my drug-induced self, I have a family friend who is a realtor, and I was helping her out with different stuff, and I always was appealed to that. How do they appeal to that? My next door neighbor growing up, a good friend of mine, her mom was also a realtor.
Okay.
And I watched her as a single mother, kill it. Just go out there and make sure her kids had everything. And I was a single mom when I first got into real estate, and I was I want to do something. There's not much I can do, I think, because of my past. So I don't know really what I can get a job doing, but I know I'm good with people, and I know I want to help them, and this was always something that was on my mind. It's always been kind of a goal plan that I've put together, and I just went for it. I just went to school. I quit my job, went to school over 5 weeks. I saved up a little bit, and I was I'm doing this.
Right.
And thankfully, my boyfriend was cool enough to be hey, we have this much. Do it. That's your dream. Go for it.
Go chase it.
And I did, and that was it. And that I started out at Keller Williams over there. I met Rob and Ryan Campbell, and I started on their team.
Nice.
I met with them, and that's how I started out.
Yeah. Now, do you tend to gravitate more towards first-time buyers or listings, or what's your normal customer that you...
So normally it's first time buyers. It's also a lot of Philly to Jersey because I'm originally from South Philly.
No way, really?
No. Can't tell from my accent. But no, I first time buyers, like if Sheena will tell you they're my thing. Like I love first time buyers. I don't mind walking them through, holding their hand, having the patience, explaining everything under the sun.
Showing them 40 houses?
Yeah, nope, I've done it. I've done it. I just had a couple clients 7 months until they got a house. But it's like, I don't mind it. Like, they don't understand. I came from a place where we did not grow up knowing anything about this world.
Right.
So like I know how it is to be like, okay, well I don't get it. I don't see this house. I don't understand why it's this price. I don't get what an appraisal is and this and that.
Yeah.
So like I don't mind educating people and helping them to learn about it, and I love seeing them get their first set of keys. It really is like an awesome feeling.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Now, how are you going about getting business? Are you buying leads? Are you doing social media? Are you doing first-time homebuyer seminars? Like, how are you generating the customers that you get?
So I get a lot of clients from social media right now, but I'm trying to push more into being a listing agent. So I don't pay for leads anywhere besides Mojo. I paid for Mojo and I cold call. Okay. It's my background. It's what I'm really good at. I guess I was the queen of solar. No one could beat my numbers. So I was like, let me put this into real estate and start connecting people. And I've gotten quite a few listing appointments in just a few short period of time.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've talked to other people and I've watched you here do the calls and make listing appointments. I've talked to other people and they're like, yeah, I can't call those things. No one's ever there. You'll never get anyone on the phone. I'm like, dude, you're wrong. I've seen it happen. I listened to it and go through. So what do you think gives you that edge where you can connect to a stranger that normally would just hang up on everybody? What do you think it is?
In all honesty, I don't care. I don't care if they hang up on me. I don't care if they curse me out or tell me no. There's nothing they can do to hurt me on the phone. The worst thing they can do is say, no, bye, and hang up. If they curse at me, I have them on the phone a second longer. I can say, yo, what's going on here? Like, and then like bring it around. Well, what's making you so mad? Like, what's happening? That's a conversation.
Sure.
I thrive off of it. It excites me when they start getting mad. It really does, because it becomes like almost like a goal.
A challenge.
Yes, it's a challenge. And then I've gotten quite a few people that were like that. The most recent listing appointment I went on was the guy was really pissed off about living in Jersey. Yeah. Just hates New Jersey. Doesn't want to hear about Jersey real estate because he can't stand the taxes. Well, that was an in. So like for me, it's just I don't have the fear for it. There's nothing that's going to stop me from like going out and getting. I have a family, I have kids, I gotta produce. So like I want to be able to produce my own leads, produce my own listings, meet people, talk with people. And I think that's really it, is the fear part.
And how do you get, I was just going to ask you, how do you get over the fear? Because you're younger-ish, you know what I mean? Like, you don't look like an older woman. You're not super experienced in the business, so you're not like some 50-year-old woman with a 20-year-old handbag walking into the room like you've been doing real estate since 1987. You know, how do you get over that fear and dig into that confidence? And also, behind that, how do you smash down the negative self-talk that might come into your mind, like you're not going to get this, or you blah, 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 all the shit that your head tells you when you're in a negative?
So what I do is, it's really mindset, like you're saying. It's really your mindset. Like I walk into it like, okay, I hope I get 2 today. Like when I did cold calling with solar, I had a 10 appointment a day goal because I knew I wanted to make an extra amount of money. With real estate, it's a little bit different. So I'm like, okay, my goal is to get 2 appointments today. I don't care how many hours I'm on there or anything. I'm gonna get 2 appointments, and because I'm gonna be mad at myself if I don't. But so like with the fear part of it, getting over it, it's really just, you just gotta do it. Like once you get cursed out a few times or people hang up on you a couple times, you kind of are just like, okay.
But what about the actual appointments? You know what I mean? Like pulling up to an appointment, do you ever get that negative self-talk like, you should just turn around, you're not gonna be able to get this, they're not gonna take you seriously, blah, blah, blah? Like I have that all the time. Yeah.
I definitely do, because I have severe anxiety. I have PTSD and severe anxiety. So I will get in my head sometimes and get really nervous, I talk to somebody about it. I reach out to, whether it's Sheena, she's the best, Val Gallagher, my own boyfriend, my sister, somebody, like, hey, I'm in my headspace.
I'm bugging the fuck
and
out.
I sometimes need somebody to say, like, yo, you're a bad chick. Like, you got this. Like, but whatever it is, like, you know what you're doing. You know the numbers. I sit back, I comp the area. I know my job. And, like, sometimes I have to, like, have that outside person say to me, you got this. And then I tell myself, like, you got it. Whatever happens, happens. But I had a conversation there, and whether I get the listing appointment or not, they're going to remember my name.
Sure.
And that's just how I try to reach every person. I understand, like, being newer and, like, having, like, you know, it can be weird because you're like, you know, you're not a seasoned agent. You don't have all this portfolio behind you to be like, hey, I've sold X amount of houses in the last 7 years and da-da-da-da. It's just being confident in yourself and, like, saying these are the numbers, this is what I can do, and I can get you this. And being realistic.
Yeah.
If you're going into it unrealistic and just letting people tell you what they want based off of nothing, you're going to feel more pressure and you're going to be more anxious because it's not realistic and you're probably not going to be able to perform.
Yeah.
So I try to, like, take all those little factors into account, but it definitely is having a support system.
Okay.
Support system is 100% a big factor for me.
What about personal development type stuff? Do you do podcasts? Do you do coaching? Do you have any special people you listen to or trainers you like to watch videos of or anything like that?
Not really. For that, not really. Like, I've moved around a few different places. That's why I found myself at Opus Elite, and I really like it here because they have a serious trainings, like a lot of them.
Okay.
And I really like that. Once I met Val, she's been awesome and an amazing mentor person to me. Other than that, like, I'll watch YouTube videos every once in a while of, like, whatever pops up, or, you know, like Instagram, your TikTok stuff, but I've never really found a mentor, like, online that I physically watch. I have 2 little kids, and it's hard to watch my phone a lot, to be honest. Like, I don't, everyone's, like, on there watching TikTok. I'm like, I don't watch TikTok. I really don't.
I would like to say the same thing, but I do watch TikTok.
I really don't. Because I'll go into, like, these deep holes.
Right,
and
for sure.
Yeah, and I can't come out.
So what types of social media are you using for your business? Are you doing any TikTok work with your own promotional stuff? Are you Facebook? Are you Instagram? Are you Snapchat? Do people still use Snapchat?
I love Snapchat.
For business or just for you like sending pictures of filters to your kids and stuff like that?
The filters to my kids. And then I'll put a story up, and sometimes I have gotten business from it.
Really?
But mainly Facebook.
Okay.
I mainly get business from Facebook because I feel like I have a bigger reach in the older generation as well, and a lot of, like, my parents' friends or people that were from the old neighborhood that I grew up with, like, they're on there. Facebook is amazing. Like, I never made a business account. I kept my personal as my business because I have people from when I first opened a Facebook in 2007 on there.
Right.
So, like, I can reach people without having to request them to join my business account. So, like, that was a huge part of it. And I get a huge reach on there. I also do TikTok videos every once in a while. I'm getting better.
Okay.
I'm getting better. I put them out there sometimes, and, like, they'll go viral. The videos of my kids went viral. So
do you ever get business from the TikTok stuff, or is it?
I haven't gotten business from TikTok.
Me
Facebook,
neither.
yes, though.
Yeah,
Facebook,
for sure.
Facebook, awesome. Like, I've gotten so many, even if they're just inquiries or people that need to, like, hey, I didn't know that, like, you could do this, this, and this. Can you help me? And, like, they're a nurture lead. Like, even things like that. Like, Facebook has been amazing for that.
Okay. All right, now let's talk future. Let's put yourself in a time machine. Now you're going to June of 2025. Tell me some things that you're going to accomplish, both business-wise, life-wise, personal-wise. What are some goals, some bucket list items, some stuff you're going to check off in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, I want to buy my own home.
Okay, we know that already. We got
Don't
that.
have
That's
my
on
house
lockdown.
yet.
That's going to happen.
House.
Yeah.
That's my first
Just one, right?
goal. No, just the first one. But there's going to be multiple.
For sure.
I want to start a portfolio. But I want to build. I want to grow myself. I want to help other people, like, learn how to do this business. I want to teach as many people as I can. My goal isn't just to grow me, it's to grow others. So I love putting everything back out. Like, I'm a very big I'm very big in like giving back, so that's a huge thing for me. But I want to become more of a listing agent. I want to, I don't know, like I don't know a number, but I want to become a multi-million producer. Definitely.
What about any places you want to go? Are there any things like, I'm going to go here on a vacation relatively soon? Or?
I would love to take my kids back to Universal and Disney World. That is definitely on the list.
Okay.
Wait for the house first, but then that.
House, then, house, then Disney.
But because I want to wait for Andrew. I have a little one. He's tiny. So I want to wait for him to get a little bit bigger.
Right.
Because otherwise it'll be us in Disney or Universal, and Lily's going to want to go on everything, and I'm going to have to stand there. I'm going to be the one that has to stand there and hold Andrew.
Right.
That's definitely one.
So that's more like a 5-year plan then, right?
No, 2. I think 2 years is good.
Okay.
Because then I'll take like my sister or somebody so she could stand there.
Okay, nice. I like that. Get her to do it. She's gonna watch this. Now you're suckered into that.
She already knows.
Yeah. Good news is you're going to Disney. Bad news is you're the babysitter.
Yes. But I don't know. I'm like huge about with my family. So like I'm not very like everyone wants to go on like private vacations. Maybe I will go on one with just me and Sean, but I don't like leaving the kids. I love them.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I always like in my mind, I always said I want to go on 2 vacations a year. I want to go on one with just my partner and one with my family, and it never worked out. We
were never raised that way either.
Yeah, never.
No.
You know, it'd be cool. Like it's good, but like almost every time I do stuff, I don't know. Even it's worse even as I get older. Like now, literally, I was joking with Chris and somebody else. Like it's 7:00 at night, and I'm going to go on my way to a networking event, and I'm thinking to myself, I just want to go home and play with my kid. I don't even want to talk to you people. I don't even want to. I can't.
It's boring without the kids.
Yeah.
You go on vacation. We did something. We were in Wildwood a couple years ago before Andrew and Lily was with my parents, and I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. Like, what are we gonna do? Walk and like hold hands? Like we're
cool
practically
stuff.
married.
There's some
Like,
cool stuff, you know?
like I love you. We could do this on the couch and watch a movie. I'd
I'm in
enjoy
the
that
middle
more.
of an Eagles game. I'm not necessarily always thinking about that, but like for going away for like 2 days, we've done it. My wife and I have done it once, and it's like we're not like you got to call the kids twice a day.
Yeah.
You're FaceTiming. You're doing all this stuff. It's like it's crazy. Because I never would have thought that would be me. I always thought like I could just go away for 5 days and come back and everything would be great, but I could get away. I can't stand it.
No, me either.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I love it. Plus, Lily is like my literal like twin, and she's my best friend in the whole world. I mean, she has TikToks on my TikTok too.
Okay.
She's got a whole personality on her. Mm-hmm. But like not having her around, I think she's so funny just to hear the things that come out of her mouth
she's
and
like
cool.
What
she said. Yeah, she's cool as can be.
Right.
She's hilarious. Please, she's gonna call Aunt Sheena to buy her a house when I tell her to clean her room again. She needs her own place. Because I said, this is my house. She said, well, then I'm going to call Sheena to get me a house. I said, oh, really? that's where she's at. But she's a great kid. And, like, Andrew, he's at that toddler age where he just wants to torture me and beat me up. But it's weird to be away from them.
Yeah, for sure.
I love being with them.
All right, your personal question.
Okay.
You can have any musician or band come to your house this weekend and play 2 songs. Who's the band or musician, and what are the 2 songs you want to hear?
Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Katy Perry. I have Katy Perry tattoos. You can't see them on the camera. On my ankles, on my arm.
Okay.
Katy Perry, I love her.
Okay. You only get 2 songs. What are your 2?
2 songs. It would have to be... Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, just 2. Wide Awake, because that song is a huge statement in my life. Mm-hmm. And if anyone ever has heard it, they maybe would understand that.
Probably would know, right?
I'm awake now.
Right.
And the second one have to be Firework for the kids.
I was gonna say
man.
Firework.
Like, the kids love that
You can't go
song.
Katy Perry and not go Firework.
It really is. And
Honestly, that's the only Katy Perry song I know off the top of my head.
I don't even know what song she makes anymore, but that album was like those two albums when I was like 17, 18 with my best friend who has passed away. It just brings me back to that, and it means so much to me. And like people would think I'm nuts, but like I love it. I love her. Awesome. I've seen her multiple times. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome, Gianna. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Jim.
We'll be back next week with Mr. Mortgage's Neighborhood.